How do you feel when someone tells you to calm down? I don't know about y'all, but it doesn't usually help lower my stress response. So, what can help? A great question. Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Dr. A licensed psychologist and certified clinical trauma professional focused on helping Black women navigate trauma with science backed strategies and a whole lot of love. I believe context is really important. So, providing generalized feedback about managing emotions when I don't necessarily know a person's history or what they were taught to be afraid of isn't something I do often. That's actually my first piece of guidance. For those of you who are noticing you're struggling with managing your emotions, pay attention to the things that activate your body, things that make your heart race faster, things that take your breath away, things that make you go from 0 to 100 real quick, and then you can feel it in your face, in your neck, or your back, or maybe another part of your body in a really concentrated way. This kind of awareness will help you identify opportunities to respond in alignment with the stressor and the context. We call that adaptive coping. For folks who are still building their awareness about what could help them specifically, I encourage you to consider starting with these three grounding techniques. And the first is breathing. Believe it or not, y'all, breathing is one of the first things I forget to do as soon as I'm activated, and I know I'm not alone. The stress literature is clear though, that regulating the breath helps decrease activation and regulate your nervous system. So practice 757 breathing, where you breathe in for 7 seconds, hold it for five, and then breathe out for seven. The intentionality of the exercise forces you to slow down, and quantifying your breath forces blood flow back to your prefrontal cortex and away from your amygdala. Another research supported strategy is changing your environment, in particular if you have access to the outdoors, even if just for a moment. So, removing yourself from a space or a room where you're experiencing activation forces your body and your brain to attend to the new environment. The attention to the new environment is what helps to turn down the volume on that activation. Finally, sometimes you just need a temporary distraction. I encourage clients and students to name 50, insert whatever silly thing you could think of here: cereal, animals, cars, ice cream flavors. Just make a mental list of as many types of those things as you can. The purpose of that exercise is to force you to slow down and focus on something other than what's causing you the stress or the activation. And instead, you're redirecting that activation into cognitive energy to bring the blood flow back to your prefrontal cortex. Have you noticed I'm not using the word trigger? That word has a negative valence, and emotional activation isn't inherently negative. Excitement and joy are activation. They're just responses to different stimuli. And since the brain doesn't know the difference between excitement and fear, for example, we have to slow down and tell it, which is why that awareness we talked about first is a game changer for healing. If this seemed like a lot, take a deep breath. You already know. I believe you have enough for today.